There's wigs and wind, and
the wind is awful.
There's a wind advisory right now, so we're having fun with that.
I'm dying inside.
Yeah, and we actually had a lot of fun.
Kind of surreal.
And it was yeah, like she said, it was surreal because it just now like feels like last night was when our con really got started because of the skit and everything else. But it's like it's just kind of now hitting us, and like it's just like, wow, it's already over. Oh my god, sort of thing.
And we kind of ended it off on a really high note too. I did a self-esteem panel, and there wasn't that many people there. Like probably like, what, 20, 25?
Yeah, something like that.
So like I really wasn't even expecting that many people, and it got deep. It got really deep, and like. But we ended it on a positive note, and then just talking to everybody afterwards really made my day. So that was fun.
Yeah, we had this really nice girl who she shared her story, which with the self-esteem cosplay, we talked about like keeping yourself going and support and everything else, and Stella was great with it. She choked up a little bit. I know I got choked up. This girl who shared her story was wonderful. She had lost her mom back in 2012, and her mom was like her main support for her cosplay and like what really kept her going. And like the whole thing about the support group and like trying to keep yourself going and stay determined with it and all of that, and like seeing that, and it's like seeing like the wonderful friends that she's made that's helped her get through it and help her get back into cosplay, and like my own stuff with her and like Cricket and all the others who were like really awesome and like helping me out with my stuff and like helping with my self-esteem when it comes to cosplay and everything. And like I love these guys so much, and it's like it just was a really good note that we ended on, and it was just a really drama-free weekend, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah, I'm gonna start crying again.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just, I don't know, like that panel hit me hard, a lot harder than I thought it would.
It hit a lot of us, because like when you started getting choked up the first time where you had to take a moment to pause, I actually started crying too, because I am also a very sensitive person, so I was crying a little bit, and you were crying, and
like I don't know, I felt really weird. I don't know, because I really don't have any room to talk, because while I was working on this panel, I was figuring out like, oh, this is stuff that I need to be doing. So I've been trying it, and it's been working for me, but I haven't been trying it for very long. So it's just been interesting trying to tell these people and explain to them like my methods and like my ideas of what it means versus, you know, other things, and I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah, because like some of the stuff that she talked about in her panel, it's like some of the stuff like I've come to realize, like she talks about like you have that moment in your life when you're doing your cosplays and stuff where you hit where you're like, oh my god, like I've improved so much, and like you hit that certain costume that you're like, wow, I actually can do this. Like this is something I didn't literally think I'd be able to do eventually, but I did it. And like with me, that's this costume, the Ren costume, and like she's just been doing a great job this whole weekend with all of her panels. And
I'm dead inside. I really am.
But I think between that panel and the Supernatural panel and
I'm worn out today.
all of the stuff with Ruby yesterday.
So many panels and things.
I don't think we vlogged yesterday about the masquerade and everything.
No, we didn't vlog right after the skit. We vlogged during a little bit, but not much.
Yeah. So actually, it turns out like we actually did really well, according to other people. There was actually a couple cosplayers and stuff that had come and seen our skit. Actually today, I actually saw the girl who was Glinda in a marathon. She was in Totoro today. And she was with that Reese that we saw.
Oh, okay.
And there was like other people that we saw that were from there that they'd gone and seen the skit. There was a fox that we met that I took a picture of that I talked to him, like he came up to me and he's just like, you guys made this, like, he's like, I want a Ren hug because I'd been giving somebody else a hug because they took my picture. He's like, I want a hug too, and it's like, okay. So I gave him a hug, and he's like, I saw your skit last night, you made us cry and everything. And the girl who was Hinata, she's Tenchi Sakura cosplay, was it? Yeah, Tenchi Sakura cosplay, who's like really good. I like her stuff. She'd gone and seen it. She cried. There was a Nora who was there who had seen it. She had cried when she saw it. When they saw our picture, when they saw our pose with the arrow, we had so many people groaning and going, no, why would you do that? All that. So that was actually really it was amusing, to say the least. So.
As bad as that sounds amusing, it was amusing.
Yeah,
we're in denial, we're in pain, and we like inflicting pain on everybody else so they know how we feel.
Yeah, because we also like a lot of stuff. Like we did the private shoot with a couple of the Cinders and with Jaune, and we actually the Jaune that we actually did the private shoot with, he had a box of Pumpkin Pete's marshmallow flakes with Pura on the front, and no, not the one with the ashes that says you can get a piece of penny in every box, collect all 4 thing. Not that one.
No.
That one's just awful.
But
No,
it's a small world because he's a friend of other friends that I have that I do the Supernatural panel with and talk to. And then the one Cinder we did a private shoot with the Jaune, I've met her before.
And she's a friend of another friend as well.
Yeah, and I've talked to her I think once or twice, but like I've never really interacted with her like that. And I'm like, wait, I know you. But it all kind of started because she's like, well, I'll just add them to your page and I'll tag you. And I told her about Kate and she's like, I follow you. I'm like, what?
And her face was like, what? So she was kind of like,
well, and it wasn't like between that and the CMV shooting, the first one. Oh my god.
Okay, so the CMV shooting was really cool. Like we were outside at the water park and this guy was taking pictures of this one in her Pura. And I was having her do poses and he was videotaping it, and either he would like walk towards her or walk away, or he would go around one side and then go back around the other.
Threw Milo.
Yeah, and actually had her throw Milo at me. I caught it, so we didn't damage it or anything, which was good. But
I'm really excited to see the video. I'm really hoping it'll be up tomorrow when I go to work so I can find it. Because like I've watched some of their videos in the past. It's the fans' POV. I watched some of their videos to see what they did, and they're really good. So I'm really excited to see what footage he uses because it was really cool, and I've never done that before. But like he actually messaged me on my page, and I'm like, what? You know who I am? Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know like if it was us that was going to be taking pictures of someone, or you were getting pictures taken of you, or what.
Yeah, I just didn't know what all was going to happen. Like, I didn't know how it worked, so I'm just like, I'm just going to wing it. It's fine.
Oh, and also, like, I had a guy who came up to me when I was by myself today, asking for pose reference pictures. So I did a couple of those for him, because apparently he does an art live stream on Twitch, and I'm sorry if I get this wrong. It was he's Boomstick1299 on Twitter, and he does Twitch live streams of his art drawings, and he has the photos up on the page while he's doing the live stream to show like this is the pose reference that he's using. And he was asking me if it was okay that he used my pictures, and I was like, it's fine. And there was actually a really cool pose I didn't really think of doing that was awesome. That it's like I'm standing on one foot, like angled down, like my guns are angled downward, like I'm supposed to be like up in the air or something, like shooting down at something, which is actually kind of cool. So never thought of doing one of those though. So.
Oh, and actually, while you were off by yourself today, we were doing pictures with our little Teen Titans group, and this guy came up and he's like, hey, I'm recording for a CMV, do you guys want to do and stuff? So we actually got to pose, like we would stand in a row and go, like each of us would take turns posing, and then we did a dance. We just did little dances.
Oh, so can you tell us, for those of us, including myself, who doesn't know what a CMV is?
Okay, a CMV is a cosplay music video. So when you see like the videos of cons with just cosplayers in them that go like around footage or showing off the costumes, or they do it to music, like an actual type of music video, but with cosplays, that's what that is.
Okay, because I didn't know what that was. I really didn't. So I was like,
So that'll be interesting. But like for the dance one, like I was Raven, and I'm like, I don't, obviously because I saw the gem on my forehead. I'm like, he wanted us to dance, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I step forward, and I'm just like, step back, it's fine. It was fun though. And then of course the fucking rain today. Oh my god.
We're over by there and we can see like the dark clouds coming towards us. We can see like where the rain is coming down out there, and we're just like, oh god, we gotta see if we can beat the rain. So quickly, like I'm trying to snap a couple photos of them, and I know Cricket got some video of that, so that might be in here or on another video that the cell is gonna put up. And right in the middle of it, we just start feeling raindrops, and we're like, run, go. Like we gotta get inside or under something, cause.
And then came the realization we left the windows down, it cracked in the car, so it wouldn't overheat my armor.
So like that little window right there, and then we had these windows, the big windows in the front cracked, and.
Which nothing really got wet, but it was just like that, oh shit moment.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, we need to go do that.
So yeah, we had to run back out in the rain to go close the windows. It was fine.
Yep.
Which was funny then, again, because after that, we did panels or whatever. We did, whatever we were doing. I don't remember timeline anymore. But,
I think that was when I was, no, that was before I was by myself.
Yeah. And
or no, that was after that sometime, I don't know.
We ended up going back outside to do more photos, and then of course you see the dark clouds, you hear the thunder, you can feel the shift in the wind, and it's just like, it's gonna rain, let's go inside. So we went in and got food.
Yep.
But yeah, we recorded a lot of stuff from that, so shenanigans.
We did get some actually really cool pictures with ominous clouds in the background of her with her cape flowing, which was actually really cool because you just see go whoosh in the background. It was awesome. Praise the sun! Praise the sun! Praise the sun!
Okay, so do we want to go over what happened like during after the masquerade? Because I don't think we ever really talked about it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so let's start with, I don't know what we're going to start with.
Well, right after the masquerade, we decided we were going to go to Steak and Shake.
So we changed.
So yeah, we changed
a little bit. I packed at least.
Yeah, and then we went over to Steak and Shake and had some dinner.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good because, and then we decided we were thinking about going back to the con for a little bit because she wanted to go to the arcade, the game room for a while, and wanted to like kind of like check out the rave a little bit. But I was too tired, so I just ended up taking a shower and going to bed because like I was just not having it. Like I was so tired after yesterday. Like after the nervousness from this competition and everything else. Like
lining up for the green room was awful. I about had a panic attack because I get really claustrophobic with people. I know there's some specific phobia of like large crowds, and I have it, whatever it's called. I was losing my shit.
Yeah, we actually, they had it where we were by the door for the green room, and the robotics thing that was going on went over by a half an hour. So we were kind of stuck waiting up by there until
the hallway, like flush against the wall. There was supposed to be 2 lines of us, but we're basically all crowded. There's a bunch of people walking the other way and then lining up for other things. And
yeah, there was another line going along next to us, and
it was so confusing. And it was, I couldn't take it.
Yeah. And then when we got off stage, I'm not sure if we mentioned this before on recording or not, but when we got off the stage from the craftsmanship and went to go back to the green room,
I was scared.
Right as soon as we walk out, the security guard starts yelling at people. At first we kind of like got a little startled because we thought they were talking about, we froze because we thought they were talking about us. Apparently they were talking about the other con-goers because they were trying to push past to get across from where they were trying to keep everything clear.
So the way they have it laid out is the green room is across from the stage and things. So they block off a little, they basically block off the entire hallway to allow us to walk back and forth. So during like the competition they would let some people go, but since it was the craftsmanship, we're all going back and forth constantly, so they closed it off. People were still shoving their way through all of the security and all the cosplay staff that was lined up across that path, the edges.
Like they all had their arms out and everything, like trying to keep people back. Like you have, the security guy just started yelling like, you cannot cut through here. You either have to go around or go outside to go around because they can't get through here because it was our safety. They were trying to keep us safe. They were trying to keep the people who were in charge safe.
And they were trying to get us back and forth as quick as they can.
Yeah, because they were because they were trying to get everybody through in a timely fashion, so like we could actually get, so like the masquerade and everything would run smoothly. So the craftsmanship would run smoothly, so the skits would run smoothly. At least with the skits, there was kind of breaks of when the skits were going on that they didn't actually have to like keep people back, where they could actually allow people through. But then they would have to pause all the hallway traffic, let people let the whoever was for the skits go through, like either when they were going into or from the stage area back to or from the green room, and then they could let more traffic go. But then when it was a craftsmanship, they just like they had to stop it completely, and that was kind of scary because it's just
we were not expecting that.
Our timing was wrong with that because we walked right out, and that's when they started yelling. We were just kind of like, oh.
But thankfully, Rebel Cosplay was helping staff that, so she was helping with the crossing, and she was yelling for us to cross. She's like, just go, Stella, go. And I'm just like, okay, we're going. We're going.
Because we were scared because we didn't know if they were going to be yelling at us again, or if they were going to start yelling at us, or if like there was going to actually be people getting across. And I feel bad for this one guy. Like they kind of yelled at him, but he's like, I don't remember if he was like the staff or he was part of the competition. Like he had to, I think it was like he had to either show them like the little sticker on his badge, or he had to show them the specific badge he had because I couldn't remember. But he like had to get into the green room. and they yelled at him a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, we're sorry, you can go." But at least it was.
So that was kind of scary.
That was pretty scary.
But that was after us having already done the skit and making people cry, and then
coming off all the nervousness and nervous
from
from
that,
that.
because our audio cut out near the end, which is great.
Which originally I thought it was from when I hit the stage, because at one point I thought, well, that at first I thought it was because when I hit the stage is when I actually started to hear it, because the blood was pounding in my ears, like I was waiting for my cue of when I was supposed to get on, and then I realized right before I jumped into the role that was when the audio started to cut out really weird. Like it was like a reverb kind of thing where it was like there was kind of this like this really like weird like low hum overlaying everything.
You could faintly hear the lines, but it was very, very quiet, and that kind of overpowered it.
We almost missed our cue to get off stage. Luckily, the reverb stopped right before my last line that would tell us that it was actually me for us to get off the stage.
Which thankfully their actions made up for it.
Yeah, because we were looking at each other kind of confused, like literally I was like talking to Cricket like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's going on with their audio? He's like, I don't know. And I think when we were doing that, it was hitting our lines at the right time, which is kind of weird. Which would be would probably be good timing, but it's like sometimes like if something happens with the audio that can make you lose points on your skit, or like if they're doing something with mics and they can't hear you, that's going to cause problems too. So,
but I mean, it worked out well. They hit the cue to leave.
Yeah, we hit our cue, and like we ended up making people cry and groan with our last pose.
Yeah, and then our last pose with the arrow.
Yeah, because originally we were only going to do 2 poses because there's 3 of us on the stage at one time. So they were like, okay, and it's like, oh, okay, we can do 3 poses, and we're thinking like, oh, well, it's like we can just do the 2 where it's the cute one, and then we'll do the one fighting stance, and then it's like, well, if we're doing the skit before the competition, then it's probably going to end up being they're going to be probably spoiled anyway, either figuring out what happens next from either what we had in the skit or from actually having watched or been spoiled on what happened in the show. So as soon as we whipped out that arrow for that shot, everybody just lost their shit. It was great. So, you want to tell them about, well, what was it yesterday too? You want to tell them how like it went yesterday after you guys left for the con the second time? Like, how did that go? Because I don't know how that went.
Oh, the game room and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was fun. We walked around, which I don't like being around like drunk people and stuff. I usually don't go to the raves. Like, we didn't even go in. We ended up going to the game room, and I love going in there because there's less people and you actually get to watch the game. So like, we did this one game that's basically a shuffle of a shit ton of just random games and bullshit, and it was great. We played a couple other ones like beat games, which was kind of fun, and then Mysar talked me into doing a DDR. But we did it after we watched this guy barely looking at the fucking screen, just jumping and spinning in the middle of the routine, expert level, and like double the speed. And I'm like, I don't want to go on there after this. But we ended up going on. I did like super easy mode, so like I barely did anything. But it was fun. And we kind of walked around a little bit, but we didn't, I think we only stayed for like an hour and a half or so. We ended up coming back at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
And yeah, it was, and then this morning was, it was actually pretty easy to get up because we got a little more sleep than we did Friday night.
Well, that, and we kind of had some of our stuff packed from the night before, so it was just cleaning up everything and then getting the rest of like the armor packed away and the weapons, and yeah.
Yeah, and then this morning we got everything out to the cars and went back to the con.
Yeah, we actually got to the con earlier than what I was originally imagining, which was nice.
Yeah, and actually I blew a bunch of money today. Well, not a bunch. I blew like close to $20, but that was about all the money I had left. I got some really pretty ruby prints. I got a game that I'd been looking for that I couldn't get my hands on before. That was really awesome. I ended up getting this one, a Dean vinyl pop figure. Cricket ended up buying her one of the juniper prints that I had found.
Pretty.
And
alright, so this one?
Yeah, that's one. That's our exit.
It's so pretty. And then I bought a Boba Fett print because fucking Boba Fett.
Yep.
You new Joker the Shamandolade. And then I got a squeaky onigiri.
Yep.
And I was carrying it as Raven because it's fucking cute.
Yeah, and then it's like she just walked up to me and started squeaking it, and she's like, I have a squeaky.
I threw it at Dean during the Supernatural panel.
Nice. And then I bought my friend some buttons because I felt bad because I hadn't gotten her anything yet. And I'm like, I really want to get her something, and there was a person who had buttons for really cheap, and it's like, okay, I'll get those.
But
yeah, I don't.
The Supernatural panel went pretty well. Freaking fire alarm though.
Oh yeah, there was the fire alarm.
That was a test though, but like we had already all left the room and cleared it. But the thing is the lights have strobe lights, and I get really motion sick, so I get to the point where I feel like I'm gonna be sick, and so do the Nancy and Styles, who do Dean and Cass for my Supernatural panel. So yeah, so we were all sitting there huddled, like trying not to look at it, but then Cricket and another guy that were in, like, watching the panel covered up the lights until we got some tape and covered them. And then, of course, as soon as we covered them, they went off. Like, they stopped.
Yeah, I was actually about to go into the flea market to look at stuff when that started going off, and I'm like, oh shit. Okay, then I went outside and I called Cricket, and I'm like, where are you guys at? And it was like, oh, it's like we're in the panel room. It's just a test. They're not actually. It's like it's not. There's no actual fire or anything right now. And it's like, okay, and it's like it was still going off for a good like 20, 30 minutes maybe, something like that.
It was annoying.
It was annoying. So that was fun. And
our panel went well. Aside from that, we gave away some stickers and some necklaces, and it was fun. And it's always cool because there's always a few people that come that have been there since the beginning. So this is like our 3rd year anniversary for the panel, which is really cool because it doesn't seem like we've been doing it for that long.
It's been a fun weekend and stuff, and I've really enjoyed it. And I've actually considered making a cosplay page because I've had so many people like asking me like, oh, do you have a page or something like that? And I'm like maybe I should. And this one says now telling me I should. So I'm not even sure what I'm gonna call it yet, but I'll think of something. So
I like being able to be like, look at my friends, look at their gorgeousness. I do that a lot. I play Will Smith.
yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. So anything else you want to say before we go?
It's a lot of fun. I'm really sad it's over. It doesn't feel like it. That's my biggest thing is like it really seriously is like surreal. Because we did so much stuff between photo shoots, panels, the skit, and everything. But it was like RubyCon.
Yeah, it was. And it's like it was really nice, like just like having a lot of drama free and like meeting new people and stuff. So it was just a lot of fun. So we're gonna end up going home. I'm gonna go home, get out of my stuff, and just kind of try to relax and put all my stuff away if I'm not too lazy about it. Same with this one. So, but yeah.